Welcome back to another episode of Degenerates Variety Show. Not much variety, really. I mean, it's just us two fucking chumps still talking the same shit.
Yeah.
But, you stupid people keep giving it to us. So, I mean...
And these articles this year are pretty fucking spicy, let me tell you.
We're going to get back into the same thing as last time. We're going to be reading from our not-so-source.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what do you think we should blast off first here? Oh, sorry, always blast off hard cheese. Blast off hard cheese, always.
Blasto Hardchese here, followed by your host.
Oh, Ticklebottom. Nailed it. Fuck. See, I'm not good on the spot with Ticklebottom.
Redo.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Blasto is once again, he's on the mouse. He's going to be finding us some interesting things to chew and spit into your face. Wow, that just happened, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna interject and say that your camera over here said bye-bye to us then turned off.
Okay. Well, we have this camera still, so I think that camera needs troubleshooting, but we'll do that another time.
I think that one needs a timeout.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, let's start from the top then, shall we?
Okay, let's do it. Choke it up now. Come on. Get the hard cheese out of your fucking lungs, bud.
It's difficult.
It's hard.
That's why it's hard cheese.
Oh, well, it should get some brie in there. Is there something you can, like, a Drano? Like, you know that shit you pour down the drain and it makes all the crud soft and you can just...
Isn't that Cheese Whiz?
Cheese. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't put Cheese Whiz down my fucking tubes, though. I try to avoid that. Anyway, let's...
All right, so let's see what we got today. Now, these are, of course, all articles from the past few months because it's been an interesting year thus far.
Apparently.
So let's start from the top. Protests about police brutality are met with wave of police brutality across the U.S.
Well, what else do you think's going to happen? Because, you know, they're protesters. Oh, that's some brutal shit happening there.
That's a lot of blood.
You know, let's just have a look at this video real quick here.
Is that a video? Is that a video?
I don't know. That could be clickbait. Remember, we've been baited before on this show.
We have.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have, Ken.
Let's take a look-see here.
Let's see what we got. Oh, it's from The Guardian.
Oh, my.
Some footage, maybe.
I mean, we all already know about these goings-on recently, but is it just a 2-minute video of the police beating the shit out of people?
So it's like porn for police. Well, I guess for the most part, to say violence usually begets more violence. Maybe the police aren't handling that in the most corrective of ways. Ooh, look at that. That's what cars are for. Perfect. Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoa. Okay, so that's too much. Because I don't see these people with guns or bombs or doing anything stupid.
No, they're not. That's the thing. No, it's kind of funny because, but funny, not haha, but you know, funny.
Not the haha funny, but you know the hoo-ha.
But like you think this, all right? Like you have so many people in North America who were standing in solidarity and support of Hong Kong during their protests, which are still going on, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
But then the exact same thing started happening in the States,
right? It's like the same thing with the spread of COVID. For the most part, people are like, oh, fuck that country. Stay the fuck out of there. Come to America.
Oh, dude, no joke. Devin came home yesterday and said there was a protest over at the intersection just on 130th here.
Was it a protest or a gaggle of bums trying to get some change?
No, it was a protest, and they all had signs saying that the outbreak and the pandemic was fake.
Oh, for sure.
No joke.
No, absolutely. No, totally. Like, I totally agree. Like, all those people that were sick and dying and, you know, just everything that's been happening around the world, definitely a big fucking fakester.
Yeah, just all a hoax, dude.
Just all a hoax, yeah. Everyone got all these emails and got all their shit together around the world and decided all at once, well, in a wave, that we're going to do this. And we're gonna make it as real as possible.
You know what's funny? I think we have enough content to do this entire thing without even reading a single article today.
I
think we just have a lot of pent up fucking bullshit stories we could tell from the last couple of months.
And like all this violence was just like the icing on the cake. It's like, here, what can we do now?
And it's the most bizarre thing because like the last thing I remember.
It's like
from work in like January and February or whenever this whole thing started was I remember you and Taylor and I were joking around about the Kung Flu and how there's this new fucking virus happening, right? And we were all just like, oh yeah, fucking whatever, no big deal. I got sick. I got sent home. And Val told me I couldn't come back until I got tested, and I was like, "Holy fuck! Like actually?"
Yeah.
And then I never got to come back.
That's the crazy thing.
It just closed, and then like 4 months later,
I remember that because it was like the 15th or something. It was the last day I worked.
Yeah.
Because St. Patrick's Day would have been the 17th, and I didn't work that day. First St. Patrick's Day in like a decade, I didn't have to work. It's industry shit, right? So
Yeah.
first time, I'm like, okay, cool. They closed down. I'm like, no St. Patrick's Day, and no work for a month after that. I was thinking 2 weeks. Me and Chris were speculating 2 weeks, about 2 weeks maximum.
No,
right back to work.
that's just it. I was thinking like, oh, this can't be that long. This is. I mean, surely they'll figure out a way to, they'll find a secret ingredient. Maybe hand sanitizer is like extra effective against it or something.
They're gonna figure out a way to make sure we can all get back to work, so the government doesn't have to step in and do anything.
Correct.
I was thinking, I'm like, the government's too greedy for this shit.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not just gonna give people money, and then I got the money.
And then that whole
fuck work.
fucking incident happened, and like just fucking wow, dude. What a year! What a year it's been so far.
But the worst part is, the government gives you a whole bunch of money, and you got nothing to do with it. Zero things to do with it. You can't go out and do anything. Liquor stores across the US of A and other countries became essential services. There was an article on that.
Which blows me away because I don't know. I'm not personally much of a drinker myself. But yeah, I say drinking a beer. But it's
You're doing it for the show, though. You're drinking beer for the show because we're not sponsoring alcohol, but hey, it lubes up, the vocal cords a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It
Oh,
definitely
yes.
does. So get yourself a nice cold whatever you drink, and you slam that back, and get yourself a microphone and talk shit about your government. Change your IP address too. Fucking go crazy. Yeah, it's been wild, man. It's been a wild 3 months, man. But it's paid 3 months. So.
Well, that's just the thing, right? And now you have, it's a very high chance, considering how stupid certain peoples can be,
Most of the peoples.
that
I'm in that bracket.
that it's gonna happen fucking again.
And this time it's going to happen in the middle of winter when you have nothing to do. You can't even go outside and stick your feet in the water, man. Like, the Russians are going to have us licked.
No,
Because it'll be summertime for... No, never mind.
You're thinking Australia.
Temperatures, yeah. Well, fuck it. It's always summertime there in the northern parts of Australia. God bless them. Them and the Kiwis. They love it. They love it. They just don't love each other.
They just don't love each other.
No, man.
I would know. I have an Australian friend. I was talking to him the other day, actually. Because I haven't spoken to him in a little while since he got his new job working...
in the Kiwi factory?
Working at the Kiwi factory. No, I'm not 100% sure what he does now. I know he does, like, theater stuff. Yeah.
It's not Kiwi theater, is it?
No, it's not Kiwi theater.
You can just
But which kind of Kiwi? Like the people or the bird?
Well,
Or
when
the
it comes
fruit, I
to
guess. The
theater,
fruit also
that's open
counts.
to interpretation. Because
Yeah,
the question is, what is the Kiwi?
What is the kiwi? Is it a fruit? Is it a bird?
vegetable? Is it a bird? Is there even a vegetable with a name close to kiwi? Zucchini. I was gonna say cuisine.
Zukiwi. Yes.
Zucchini.
Gonna make a crossbreed fruit veggie called the Zukiwi.
Gonna put V8 on a run for its money. Fuck, here we go.
But yeah, no, he says even in the old land down under, it's still it's fucking chaos down there.
And plus, they just had the fires too, right? They had
Yeah,
the
the
kick in the
fires-
face before that too. So
No, that was the thing that like kickstarted the entire year was Australia fucking burning to the ground.
fucking good job, Australia. Good job.
And
Thank you.
so yeah, no, that's what kicked off this entire fucking shit show, right? And here's another funny thing that happened that you might have forgotten about. Remember when the confused orange man decided it would be a good idea to just like straight up assassinate some important like Saudi figure?
No, I don't know about this. You're gonna have to fill me in on this. I don't.
So basically, in February, a very confused orange decided to just indiscriminately just fucking murder a dude out in the Middle East, who was apparently a really important fella. I don't know his name.
In
I
the
don't
November
remember.
region, or was this during the COVID time?
No, this was like right before. Like it was the fires first.
Yes.
And then Trump decided to just bomb the shit out of whoever the fuck he felt like.
I do remember the bombing
again.
the shit out of. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
There was a gentleman that got killed during that, and again, I say gentleman. I don't know who he was. I don't know his name. I don't remember details. If I'm not gonna try and fucking pull one over on you, but
It'd be pretty easy though.
that was the thing that happened. And then what was it like earlier this month? Apparently, they issued an arrest warrant for the fucking guy. The whole country, and they asked Interpol for help. No joke. No joke.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it's like, oh man, you remember what happened? You remember like the first part of 2020? Here's a quick little fucking flashback to that with a new current event that's happening, and it's fucking nuts. Maybe I'm gonna keep scrolling down here, possibly because I'm sure that it's on this website here. But yeah, no joke. Like something that happened in February is now the folks over in the Middle East are just like, well, no, that's not.
Ooh, I just had a wicked idea there, Blasto. For the next show we do like this, I do have screen capture technology now, and I should have thought best to put it on your computer.
That is, what do you use?
I use. Is it
ShareX?
No, it's not ShareX. What I use is this.
I think that's a screenshot
Filmora.
software. Filmora.
Filmora.
Okay.
It was part of my school package.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what is it? It's just a screen cap thing, or
Not just screen cap, but you can run it and record your screen if you'd like to. It's one of the options on there. It's a full interface. To go with an interface. Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Something to think about for next time. But anyway, back to what we were saying.
I'm gonna go back to this month because I want to try to find this. It's not a joke. The unfortunate truth about it is that absolutely nothing will come of it because that's just the world we live in. But it's a very real thing. You know, an entire country has put out an arrest warrant for the American president because of something he did in February.
Now, hold on. Whoa, that's just the usual rhetoric there. What was that monkey thing we just seen there?
Monkey thing.
That?
Monkey thing.
You go back up a couple scrolls. Ooh, what's that?
Boris Johnson's fiancée, Carrie Simmons, urges more shops to ban coconut products made from monkey labor. Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah, here we go.
That is not a happy monkey.
No, it's not. I've seen happy monkeys, man. They got like little organ grinders and they got that hat on.
Sometimes they're hanging out with pirates on a ghost ship and shit. Like, not this guy though. This is
happy monkeys.
This
Johnny Depp's there. Fucking
Yeah,
he's also dressed like
exactly.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
He's like character. How would you say that? Character crises of some kind. He doesn't know what it's supposed to be.
He ends up just playing himself in the end. You know,
right. Turns out he is the character.
He's got Nicolas Cage syndrome.
Turns out Johnny Depp is the character.
So we've got Prime Minister Boris Johnson's fiancée, Carrie Simmons, Simon Simmons, has welcomed pledges by 4 British retailers to stop selling coconut products that use monkey labor in their production and has urged others to do the same. Simmons, a conservationist, was responding to a report in the UK Telegraph that highlighted the use of pigtailed macaques. That's a
fucking macaques.
Butchery of the word, by the way. Taken from the wild in Thailand and used on farms to scurry up trees and harvest coconuts. The report cited an investigation by the animal rights organization PETA Asia. Oh, PETA's behind it.
Yeah, and there's an Asian branch of PETA.
PETA, the guys who will just go around and steal your dogs and criticize Pokemon.
How is there an Asian version of PETA?
Oh, PETA's a fucking terrorist group, dude.
It totally is a terrorist group. I think we discussed this the last show too, where it's like
fairly certain we did.
The kicking of the robot and how pissed off the PETA people got.
Yeah, because
it's or was it PETA? It was definitely PETA. It was the Pamela Anderson group, that's for sure. She's the one that kicked off the whole rampage of robots have feelings too. It's like what
was it? No, I think we read an article about how Robot Wars, if you remember that show. With the people they build robots and shit like that. Fun fact: if you've ever seen MythBusters, the Asian dude, Grant.
Yeah.
That's how he got started, was doing robots and shit
Well,
on
that
Robot
surprised
Wars.
me. He's
Fucking guy is...
robotics genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was YouTube that actually started banning videos about Robot Wars because they thought it was animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty, or for a better word, inhumane. I love that too. It's like it's the most inhumane thing you can do to a fucking
Well, now, see, here's the thing. You would be lying if I were to suggest a TV show in which people took like hares and rabbits, strapped like saws and lasers to them, and just put them in a fucking arena.
That would be a problem.
You'd probably watch that, wouldn't you? Though
I'd still watch it. I would probably even. I might even just jerk off to that.
Oh
Just know
my
it's a real thing, but not jerking off to that. Just thinking of how mad Pamela Anderson is.
Oh yeah,
And that having the audio effects in the background, just her face with my eyes closed. I'm like, this is great. We need more of this shit. Be better if she hosted it. If that was like one of her sentences for being, if she ever went to jail,
No,
in like
imagine-
some weird mythical land, and her sentence was to actually host that exact show you just said.
I'm just picturing like an MXC type show where the host is Pamela Anderson, but all of her dialogue is just like sentence mixed fucking bullshit from everything she's ever recorded in her life. So she's just saying this obscene shit while these like tiny little woodland creatures are just blowing each other up with fucking lasers and stuff like that.
Oh my god!
Oh,
That needs to
fucking
be pitched to, like effects or something like that. Or some weird place like
somebody hire me, please.
You know what we should. You need a fucking job. What do you buy? 'Cause they would do that there. They don't care. They got all that Prince and Chic money. They don't give a fuck. They'll do that.
Fuck it. I mean, do it in CG for all I give a shit. I think it would just be entertaining to watch.
Just let me host it, please.
But yeah, so apparently, monkeys are working in coconut factories.
Well,
And
better than cheese factories. I don't know.
Boris Johnson's fiance wants that to stop.
Well, I'm pretty sure Boris Johnson looks like he owned a coconut factory that would have monkeys slaving in it.
And this article in particular is from ABC News.
And can we talk about that? How the fuck he got into office? All because how the fuck Boris Johnson got into office? All because that one quote there. What's the previous prime minister's name? And she said something like, "If I don't make Brexit happen at a certain time, I'll step down."
Yeah.
And that's how Boris got in.
Yeah, pretty much.
The coconut factory, man.
It's incredible, really. It's
Oh,
incredible.
it's nuts, man.
It's incredible. I still got to try to find that article about the whole Trump thing. But yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, obviously we're talking about the same shit you've probably already heard of, aside from frickin' rabbits with frickin' laser beams on their frickin' heads. But I mean,
Evil
what
Dr.
else?
Boy.
What else is there to fucking talk about in this day and age right now?
And
There's
these
just so
strange
much
COVID
shit
things.
happening.
Well, besides like the race riots, wars, whatever you want to call it, that's been happening, what has been snuck through? This weird thing. There's been so many little fucking things that have been going on. It's like a perfect distraction, like a little puppet distraction with the COVID. I'm not trying to get all conspiracy like, they're using this as a brick wall to build a wall around the wall.
No, it's not that. I get what you're saying. It's not that
It's just
the whole. It's
distracting
not that the COVID thing is a fabricated distraction, but
Yeah.
rather they're using the
convenient one.
pandemic. Yeah, exactly.
There's so many things happening. It's fucking crazy.
But then you have, and again, I don't know all of the details on this, so feel free to correct me if I'm completely wrong about this. There was, if you've ever seen The Office, the American version of The Office,
Yes, I have.
the main character who he plays Jim in the show,
He sure does.
he did a short little podcast sort of thing where he only talked about good news. Like
Yep, okay.
happy, uplifting news. He did that for a little while.
Isn't that what we're doing? We're taking bad news, making it like a hee ha ha uplifting.
Kind of, sort of, but see, here's the thing. He did it a couple of episodes of it, as far as I'm aware, and then it was immediately bought by a television company.
Of course it was. And now it's it. Now it's that space program.
Yeah.
It's the same guy, isn't it?
No, it's fucking, that's,
Fucking what's his name? God damn it. Why am I mixing those two people up? Shitty brain I have.
names are hard. Names are fucking hard.
man.
He,
They really are, especially when you have COVID.
I'm trying to think. He was in. Here's an odd one to throw out there. He was in Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. God damn it. Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
That's
the
the
one. Yep. Not Steve Carell. The other guy. The younger dude.
Younger dude.
Who was doing the like super happy fun time news or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
I can't
right.
remember. But then it was bought out by, or I don't know if it was bought out or if he sold it. But I want to believe that it was bought out just for sense of irony here.
Well, we can also talk about the swine flu that's coming up next year.
No, you see that one. It's the same thing with the. I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal because, I mean, we already have one. We don't need dueling pandemics. That would just be the end of the fucking planet.
We're so close.
But I have a feeling that it's kind of like you see. You might have heard that there were like a couple of cases of the fucking bubonic plague popping up again here and there.
See, I kind of heard something about that, but I'm not sure where the source came from. Like, I'm not sure, like,
I
didn't read enough. I just don't know enough about that personally.
That is, in fact, a thing. But the truth of the matter is that the plague never really went away. It's just that we have the medicine to deal with it now. It is significantly less lethal.
Yes.
It's almost not even anymore because we just have antibiotics for
it's
it
like
that
polio.
fix it.
I know one guy that had polio, but anyway, yeah.
I feel like this new swine flu is just gonna. I think it's the same thing. I think someone heard about it and was just like, "Well, we got to make someone panic," so they made an article and called it a fucking day.
Here's the new flu, same as the old flu.
Oh yeah.
Horatio in
so
there.
get this. All right, you definitely heard about this one with all the Black Lives Matter movements happening recently because of again police brutality and whatnot.
Yeah.
There are so many ways that companies and organizations can go about to fix this. Aunt Jemima, however, it now ain't Jemima.
It ain't Jemima. I've seen some memes on that too.
They put, and as I'm just learning now, and this is what reminded me, coming from the most reliable source of all time, Fox News. The Onion actually tweeted about Aunt Jemima being removed hours before it actually legitimately happened.
Of course they did. It's like when Tower 7 was going down and Fox News was like, oh, another tower just fell. And like 10 seconds after they said it, the tower was falling in the background. You're like, oh, wow, look at you guys go.
So I guess we can give up all hope about Angry Black Man barbecue sauce ever coming back, eh?
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why we got rid of it.
Maybe. Because, man, that stuff was delicious.
They're like Fox News and they're foreshadowing.
Delicious, man. I tell
Shout
you.
out to Angry Black Man Black Sauce. It's called Rufus Teague Barbecue Sauce. You can get it in tangy and spicy or just a touch of heat. And touch of heat is where it's at. Get the barbecue sauce.
This is not a promotion.
This is not a promotion. This is passion. Passionate users. And please don't tell them we sent you for the Angry Black Man sauce. Don't say the Angry Black Man sent me. It's like a shitty card you should. Tell him Lenny sent you. It's like, tell him the Angry Black Man sent you.
So yeah, we have this post by the Onion that says Quaker Oats replaces historically racist Aunt Jemima mascot with black female lawyer who enjoys pancakes sometimes.
Sometimes.
And it's just it's the Aunt Jemima logo, but it's just another lady with Sheila next to it.
Sheila.
And
could have been Rhonda.
No joke, a couple of hours later, they announced that they're getting rid of the Aunt Jemima image and the name. After, what was it, 131 years they used that, and they're just getting rid of it now.
So what's going to happen to Uncle Ben's?
I don't know.
He's going to be next on the list.
It's a good question, actually. I wonder if that's under the same parent company.
It could
Quaker Oats.
It could be Quaker Oats. No, because that's got a picture of the old racist white guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right you are, Ken.
Should we get rid of Colonel Sanders then? No, we're getting off topic.
No. It's too late for that. It's fucking. It's a multi-million billion company. It's fried chicken.
It's
you can fuck with pancakes. You can't fuck with fried chicken. Okay.
No, you can't.
You can't fuck with fried chicken.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, we got some Florida in there.
Well, you always got news. You always got some fucking stupid shit coming
stuff.
out of Florida. Right? Florida Man. They should make like a Black Mirror type show just called Florida Man.
Florida Man. Yeah.
And every single episode takes place in like a different universe, Florida, where like in one episode you got a guy walking around using like alligators' mouths as slippers. Fucking walking around with like shopping carts on leashes and shit like that. And then in the next one you have like, I don't know, something else Florida did.
Which is
Fucking, they've done like 60 things this week alone.
Universal
No doubt.
Florida. Oh my god. That place is great. Twitter tests a new feature that recommends reading an article before sharing it. Oh, that sounds
Oh
fucking...
my god.
Well, let's click on it.
Well, it's a fact-checking thing, right? Because, of course, with all this crazy shit happening, there are people out there that are just like, nope, it's all a hoax. Bill Gates is going to implant you with fucking microchips when the vaccine comes out, and all this kind of shit.
Maybe some of this stuff is necessary.
Here's a hot question for you. We can discussify for a minute here. What are your opinions on a brand new, fresh, new vaccine for COVID-19?
Well, a brand new.
Are you going to get it right away, or do you think you're going to wait and see if there's any side effects first? Because anything goes at this
wait
point.
And see if there's any side effects, and maybe if I was in a position where I had COVID and I needed to get something done, maybe I would just do that and be the beta part of that. But for the most part, see what happens. Because we live in Canada, man. We don't live in like Texas right now.
No,
I'm
exactly.
sure your friends in Texas are losing their shit right now.
Oh no, they absolutely are. I had what was it? It was because they recently had a kid. I told you about that, right? They had their baby was at a daycare, and someone at that daycare tested positive for fucking COVID-19 while their kid was there.
So yeah, the chances. See, so vaccinations. This breaks down to certain subgenres here. Like,
No.
do kids get it first? Like, what do you do here?
Apparently, from what I hear, and I could be wrong, from what I hear, it's extremely rare to show up in babies.
Could they be in asymptomatic care? Actually, I heard the whole asymptomatic thing is just a crock of shit, actually.
Really?
Crock of shit, yeah.
See, I don't know about that because...
I don't know about that either. I'm just saying it because I just seen it once. I'm saying it, and that's Twitter for you. And
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
that's what we're reading.
Twitter tests new feature that recommends reading an article before sharing it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But yeah, no, I mean, there was obviously they panicked because it's a serious thing. What with them being down in the southern states,
Yes.
and you know what their opinion on this whole fiasco is. But no, the kid's fine. They're fine. But still, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like,
fucking
just
craziness.
what the fuck, dude?
So with the vaccine thing, like, I have a lot of friends that they may say anything new that comes around. So for example, like even a microchip, like they're gonna fucking track your moves. They're gonna have it control your banks. I'm like, well, hold on,
your banks?
don't you use a? Isn't your bank already kind of controlled anyway? And if someone wanted to shut it off, they still kind of could with your social insurance number. It's like, so you're spilling things that are already possible but are not happening.
Yeah.
Like looking at the broad term bad angle of the whole situation, and you're just really chewing it up and spitting it out.
I like
palatable for other stupid people like yourself. And
I like to think that online information that we store is both significantly more secure and significantly less secure than we think it is.
Absolutely.
At the same time.
We're just so used to what we already have. We just think it's like nothing's bad happened now. It's like this current system worked. Microchips, that's bad. No more cash, that's horrible. Like, when's the last time you actually use cash for major transactions? Pay your rent, buy a car, this or that. Like come on.
Exactly. I
You're
use
being
cash to
stupid
buy fucking like Slurpees and shit.
Like, I think your drug dealer might suffer significantly.
Maybe.
Or get on board with that little cube thing and start scanning cards. That has a paper trail. So does your fucking gas mileage, right?
Yeah.
Your cell phone, right? Your cell phone calls and shit like that.
Oh, dude.
Get a,
Absolutely.
Someone should invent the burner cube. A burner version of that cube system to take payments. All the transactions are just wiped away into history. Just right into your account. Unplug that thing, throw it in the fucking fire, done. Someone's got to start working on something like that.
Well, it's like even with your cell phone, you know, it's let's assume that obviously you want to turn location settings off because, I mean, I'm sure everyone does at this point unless they're playing like Pokemon Go or some shit.
COVID edition.
Yeah. But like, you know, you're walking around and, you know, if you have your different Wi-Fi connections set up on your phone, even with your location turned off, they can still figure out where the fuck you are if they really want to find you. Absolutely. Because of the IP connected to the Wi-Fi that you're connected to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So it's like you can't really hide anything.
No, what are you gonna do? Go buy a flip phone or a flip phone? A flip phone and just go straight to cash? Just to counteract.
Yeah, go out and live in the fucking woods and like grow your own meat.
No
like
shit, right? Can you even feed yourself? Even if things went crazy. Do you have anti-hunting skills? Can you feed yourself? Are you chirping more than you can actually... What's the best way to describe this? Are you talking more shit than you can actually improve on yourself? Like, I said that horribly, but...
I think I get what you're saying, and my answer, personally, is yes. If the world went to shit and I had to rely on my own, like I had to go and hunt my own fucking food and shit like that,
and there's eggs out there.
I have birds right outside my place here, and they're shitting out eggs on the daily. But like, if I had to rely on my own ability to go out and hunt and gather and forage for shit, if it came down to it, I'd be fucking dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'd be fucking toast.
I would have my pride. I'm like, I could do this shit. I hear about it all the time.
I mean, I could probably help.
Yeah.
In some way.
I would still need some kind of group setting. It couldn't just be me.
No,
Here's
exactly.
I can contribute. It's like, you brought food, I can cook it for you. Just don't kill me.
No, like, dude, you be like in a post-apocalyptic scenario. How did we get here? Anyway, in a post-apocalyptic scenario,
because Twitter is the end of the world.
Twitter wants us to read an article before sharing it. And now we're talking about the apocalypse. But, in a post-apocalyptic scenario, I highly doubt that... I highly doubt that organized bandit groups would actually exist.
Well, organized bandit groups, no. But organized groups of, like, just survival, yes.
No, yeah, absolutely. But I don't...
always going to have those rogue Chris groups.
No, but I... No, I know, but I feel as though, like, you watch those shows and you play those games where you read those books where it's. Let's just do that like 8 more times.
It's a no. Yeah. The It's No Show.
Like the amount of good characters in small groups compared to the amount of bad characters in like country-sized groups, it's so outweighed, in favor of the bad guys. That just wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
in reality, it would be the other way around.
Absolutely. But this goes back to the mentality of there being thinking of a new future and only pulling out the bad shit. Going right back to that microchip thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's not all... Some of this shit's already kind of happening. You're looking at this the wrong way. We need some of this shit. It's like when we talk about the microchips in the body, it's the same way. Like think of horse and carriage versus car.
Yeah.
And the rhetoric that went with that, where it's like, okay, so a car's around. It's like, did you know for the first automobiles, you had to have 3 people. One person driving, one person in the pilot seat, and one person in front with a flag to wave down there's a car on the road.
Seriously.
Because it's so... this is horse and carriage, people say, this is dangerous for horses, it's dangerous for people, you're just driving around in a motorized vehicle.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you...
Guy.
It's funny that you say that, too, because I was doing a little bit of deep diving, looking at some old pictures and articles from several dozens of years ago, and I did actually come across like an old propaganda poster drawing, whatever, of about electricity as a concept.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how electricity is it's the work of the devil, and this kind of stuff. And it's oh yes.
Yeah, you did it.
I power your light bulbs now.
Yeah.
But it's it's funny how quickly people are to immediately assume the worst in something and then have that opinion just completely flip.
Yeah.
In no time flat, because it's almost like a cycle, with a few exceptions here and there. New thing happens. People say new thing is bad, old thing is good. And then months later, people say, new thing's not that bad. And then newer thing comes out. And suddenly, newer thing bad, new thing good. Rinse and repeat for fucking ever.
There's a pattern to all the whole cycle of human existence is on a pattern. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's like when cell phones first came out, and cancer, tumors in your head. And now 5G's here. It's like, cancer, tumors in your head. Well... Come on, man. Like, okay, there is some evidence of tumors from cell phone.
No, like we're on a 5G network right now. I don't see any lumps. Yeah. Right? Like we're fine.
But bro, you're gonna wait like 500 years.
Yeah.
To figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole generation.
It probably won't even.
COVID tests.
Probably won't even show up until after you're in the ground. But like, it still happens.
Yeah, totally. Right.
Right.
It's the Internet of Things, and we fucking need it. because we're slowly going into a metamorphosis of machines to technology. And Elon Musk says it best: do we let machines win or just become them?
Well, he's an interesting fella too, actually.
This is the Elon Musk portion of the show.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's going to be quite brief. So as I'm sure you heard, Mr. Kanye West decided to run for president.
Isn't it too late for that, though?
That's what I was about to say. A little bit too late, but I mean the thought's there.
It's like a fucking birthday card or what?
But here's the thing about the guy. The guy is not well.
No, he's not well
mentally. He's
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people think he's some sort of like, rebirth of Jesus
No,
Christ
he
when it
thinks
comes
that.
to music.
He thinks that specifically for himself.
By some people, I mean Kanye himself. But
Army of one, motherfucker.
but
Get your chisels.
he said he was like, yeah, I'm running for president. This is cool and all that. What did he say? He said 2020 vision, I think, was his catchphrase for this one. And Elon was just like, oh yeah, cool, I'm all for it. And then Kanye started posting some other stuff, which I don't remember at the moment, mostly about vaccines. And Elon was just like, well, maybe we disagree on some things, I guess.
Oh, it's crazy though. It's crazy where this is going, man.
Have you heard about what Mr. Musk is doing with his Neuralink thing?
Actually, I kind of am in favor for Neuralink.
I'm not aware of what it is.
Well, so
Can
the
you give
idea
me the
is,
quick
I
rundown
can
here?
start my way through this for you. The idea is, it's starting off with, let's say you can't walk anymore or something like that. You have a bad accident.
Okay.
Neuralink is going to be a neural bridge between receptors to kind of piece that back together for you so you can walk again, stuff like that. But
Oh,
it can also
really?
be used for trading thoughts. And some people are like, it's a chip in your brain, internet, this and that. I'm like, well, not really. When's the last time you heard of a Bluetooth device getting hacked?
Never.
Exactly. It's going to be the same kind of properties. If you allow exchange of information, it'll happen. You can connect your computer, but for the most part, I wouldn't do that. You can use that to link to other people. This is way down like 100 years from not 100, we'll say fucking 40 years from now.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
use
yeah.
Phase 2 of Neuralink can be used for sending thoughts. So instead of having this whole podcast, I can just go zip, and you're like, zip, zip, done. No arguing. And you can actually feel the emotions with it. So it's not just the words, you're now feeling the emotions of that thought process of how you got there. And
That's fucking wacky, man.
That
I
is
mean, that
kinda wacky.
sounds really cool,
yeah.
but wow.
Right now, it's just for medical use. It's for people who are paraplegics who can now walk again.
Naturally, that
Exactly.
makes sense.
Yes.
That makes
But
sense.
that can also be used for thoughts and emotions. Which is
That
not
means
there.
that means that when you place your votes in the presidential election, they can read your thoughts and just
It's more like the garden baskets of fruits and vegetables right now. Because that seems to be what's going on here. It's like,
it's nuts. I mean, it doesn't matter what new technology you come up with. It doesn't matter what kind of idea you'll spin. Someone will find the bad thing in it, especially if you're on this Wild West frontier that is the interwebs.
and the best part is, it's like people naysaying something like Neuralink saying it's going to be bad, like a computer chip in your brain. This is going to be horrible. If I only had Neuralink and you did too, I can explain to you why it's not bad. I can explain to you why you're wrong in one thought.
Yeah.
And you can counter-argue me, but you can weed out the bullshit real fast.
Yeah.
Because you can almost recreate that thought process in your head of how they got there. Because we're not interfacing with electronic signals to the mouth or hands or whatever, trying to explain something.
No, exactly. You don't have to articulate. You don't have to worry about because
articulate. That's the word.
It's in your
One
head.
word I can say but can't do.
Right. So, and I mean, like, from what I'm getting from this is you're saying that if this thing were a reality and we could just share our thoughts with each other, we could have had this 40-minute conversation in like 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes. I'll say about maybe 30 seconds.
Nice. Now that's what I call efficiency.
Yes. But people now say the art of speech will die. Well, not really, because
The art of speech.
the art of speech. Well, like comedy, for instance, right?
Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, what's the word for that? Like involuntary feelings given off by speech and gestures and hand movements and just where you're perceiving stuff. That's not going to die because for the most part, you're not going to walk into a Starbucks or get on stage and have to try and connect with everybody. It's like, hold on. connect with our links. It's a one-on-one thing, right? So for like entertainment purposes, it's not viable at all.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Yes, it's not viable at all. Yeah, whatsoever. No.
But I mean, I don't know, man. Future stuff is cool. Future talk and future ideas are always neat to think about.
This is very true. All right, we're gonna take a short break here. We're gonna get back at you, and who knows? We might be dead by then.
It's possible.
Possible.
Wash our hands often to our elbows. These are the things we know. If people want to wear a mask, that is okay. These are the things we know. That prevents you from speaking moistly. Keep 2 meters apart. Speaking moistly. Keep 2 meters apart. Speaking moistly. I'm not a medical expert. These are the things we know. Keep 2 meters apart. What I have heard from medical experts. These are the things we know that prevents you from speaking moistly. Keep 2 meters apart. 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 Speaking moistly.
Possible. Welcome back to Radio 107.5, the douchebaggery nozzles. We got the camera working.
We got both cameras working now, right here.
Turns out that TV Shokes, god damn it. It's a joke TV show. That's why the camera didn't like it. Penny, whatever the fuck. Anyway. On to the next. What do we got here, buddy? What do you want to do?
Our first segment. Well, we started out our usual, comedy routine.
We tried,
but we kind of spiraled into some
spicy topics.
Some spicy topics there. So I think we're going to try to keep this next segment a bit more lighthearted for you folks at home.
For what we do for you.
For the 3 people that listen to this. And so let's see if we can find some funny stuff here. Some funnier, less current events related stuff here.
And it's all current events related stuff.
Except for the
GameStop thing.
Well, no, see, GameStop is still current events.
It's still topical.
Still topical.
What about baby boomers?
Oh, this is this is kind of, sort of. We have an article here from The Insider. Oh. It says, baby boomers are more sensitive than millennials, according to the largest ever study on narcissism.
Wait, what? You gotta break that down 2 fucking ways now here.
So let's see. We have a new study, the largest ever conducted narcissism.
That was well written.
That looked specifically at hypersensitivity as trait that helps determine how narcissistic people are. Its findings suggest
fight fire with fire, catch bait with bait.
Its findings suggest that, contrary to popular belief, millennials aren't more sensitive than baby boomer generation. In fact, it's the other way around.
Well, we should start kicking them all in the nuts and see who cries first. It'll be equal.
Yeah, that'll be equal.
But also, that's like a first in, first out kind of situation, right? That's also highly detrimental to.
I think this has more to do with the whole boomer Karen situation kind of thing. Because I mean, you see how how many people how many older people from the previous generation, or this generation, I guess, are freaking the fuck out about how offensive the term Karen is.
Wait, enlighten me on that.
You don't know about that?
I don't know about this.
Okay.
What's the Karen situation?
Okay, so
And-
get this. You know these middle-aged women who walk into department stores and grocery stores, and they have this like trademark haircut. That's
Is
like
it called
this,
the Karen? Is
this
that
little bob cut,
okay? Yeah.
right? They walk into the store and you just think to yourself, "Fuck, they're gonna want to speak to my manager, aren't they?"
Okay.
That has become like that stereotype has become known as a Karen.
A Karen.
That is like the new slur used to
Oh,
describe
this is so
those
juicy.
people.
I'm so glad my mom's name is fucking Karen. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Happy birthday, Karen.
So
This is gonna be great.
So here's the thing, no joke. They've actually started going out of their way to say that like that phrases such as boomers, which is obviously slang for baby boomer, and Karen
I hope so. Fuck me.
is hate speech. They've gone out of their way to try and claim that these things are hate speech.
This is great. It's like almost like go learn to code. Like
Well, it's funny too because like they're talking about how offensive it is and how it's a wrong stereotype and how it's not correct to call someone that and to generalize and stuff like that. I cannot remember which comedian said this.
Oh fuck, all of them. I'm almost sure at this point. Almost at this point, I'm pretty precise.
There-
Joe Rogan. Definitely wasn't Doug Stanhope. Who was told to fuck off by them.
There's one comedian that said this. How did they go again? If you're trying to figure out which of two words is worse, and you won't even say one of them, that's the worst word.
You figured it out, big guy.
Because
round of applause
because
for you.
there are legitimately some Karens out there that have compared, and some boomers out there, baby boomers, who have said that being called that is comparative to black people being called the N-word.
Well, what are these healthy fucking people out there besides?
So you know that's not the same thing. That's not in the same ballpark. That's not even the same sport.
That's not even the same game. None of the
That
above.
joke was
Thank God. My mom is a
shamelessly
Karen, but she's not
stolen
Karen.
from Lewis Black, by the way.
Oh sure. Oh.
Not the comparing the two words thing, but the ballpark thing. I'm not about that plagiarism. But you know, it's crazy because it's just so ridiculous. You have these people walking around, and they absolutely do fit that stereotype that you think of. You know, you see these middle-aged women, and they're slightly overweight, and they have this short bob haircut typically.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
Typical
and
Karen.
they walk around, and they're like their sole purpose in life is to just make customer service workers miserable.
Oh, we know this. We know this. Devin knows this.
Devin
We all
knows this. I'm
know
sure she
this.
encounters them.
At least we don't have to encounter that person physically.
No, exactly. We're tucked away from that kind of riffraff. We don't have to deal with that.
And we just vent in the most healthy way imaginable in a fucking kitchen full of degenerate retards.
Correct.
Correcto.
And we don't really, and because there's so few people back there, we don't really need to worry about pissing
Hurting
people
feelings.
off
No, yeah, no, for sure.
because we're all on the same page there.
All on the same page, same boat, same page, same game. Said that twice, twist. All right, what do we got
Nice
next?
work.
Nice work, Ray. Way to jump yourself out of a jumble.
But yeah, basically, you know, there's this the older generation is talking about, oh, the new generation's gone soft. They could never do what we could do back in our day.
But that's the same thing that's gonna actually.
They did a study.
Holy fuck!
They did a study, and that study concluded that the older generation is, in fact, much more sensitive to these stupid things than we are.
As soon as you said that, I watched that comedy special last night. Actually,
Really?
I don't know his name, but I watched it last night.
Yeah.
Fucking rights. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nailed it on the head. Took me a while to get there. Because your generation doesn't speak to my generation as well. Yeah, that was horrible. That was a horrible joke.
But yeah, so here you have it. Baby boomers are, in fact, more sensitive than millennials. What is a millennial, anyway? I keep hearing, like, 8 different definitions of this.
know, like-
It's anyone... Basically, what I've taken to believe is that a millennial is someone born, like, the year after they were born, if they're calling someone that, just because they don't like it. You know,
Well-
like, I've seen millennials be called, you know, people born after 2000, then I've seen millennials being called people born after, like,
Also,
1978.
Like, I was 89 or 87, whatever the fuck it is, and I'm called a millennial, too.
So, like, what the fuck is it?
Or Generation X? Like, what the fuck am I? Is it now a generalization? Are we coming full circle here?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
We will become a singularity one of these days.
Generation whoops.
We will just become an amoeba.
Amoeba.
And we will just be called the generation.
And Elon Musk is going to be our non-ironic president. Or shareholder. Or database collector. Or whatever the fuck you want to call him. At this point.
Here's a good one. This one's from 7 months ago on NBC News.
How did we miss this one? Last time.
No, maybe we did talk about the art banana last time, didn't we? Maybe we did.
Did we?
I don't know if we talked about the art banana, but I'm going to go over it one more time just because it's funny as shit. A man who ate a $120,000 art banana said that he would have done it sooner, but he wasn't hungry yet.
I think we did digress on this one. It was a lot of fun, so let's do it again.
I'm fairly certain that we did talk about this one last time. We'll have to double check that afterwards.
We're going to have to double check that afterwards. I think we did.
Basically, long story short, a banana was duct taped to a wall, and it was worth $120,000, supposedly. Allegedly. And a gentleman came over and just fucking ate it.
I want you to read his... his quotes there.
There's a quote here. It's pretty profound. Check this out. So, quote unquote, I think this is the first one in art history when one artist eat concept for another.
Eat pant.
Datuna told reporters in New York. People ask me, you eat banana? Physically, it was banana, but banana is just a tool. Usually I eat the concept of that, you know? What is the concept of a banana?
Potassium.
It's yellow and it's curved and it tastes
like a fucking banana.
This is getting saucy.
Oh, goddamn.
But yeah, I'm fairly certain that we did this last time, so I'm going to leave that there.
Let's even talk about the whole idea of a banana taped to a wall and different concepts
and how that
art.
Qualifies as art.
No shit.
Yeah, no kidding. We
put 12 hours collectively so far into this, and this is not considered art. But that banana with duct tape on the wall, even after being savagely ravaged by a strange man that can't talk correctly, allegedly, is more art. It's $120,000. If I had $120,000 for 12 hours of what we did here, I would quit my job, go buy a house, and maybe do it all over again. I don't think this.
No, if I made $120,000 doing this right now, I would go and buy a banana.
Damn.
And I would tape it to the wall, and I would charge $240,000 for it.
I just $120,000 for being on the wall to see it.
And I would pay this gentleman to come and eat the second banana.
And we would do it live on the show.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, we would set up in a museum, like in the Louvre, no doubt, where our banana would be posted.
I should make fun of you for starting words. I do it all the time. Only when the mics are on, actually.
So
it's worse when the mics are on.
You know, when we've made it big and we're hanging out in the Louvre with our setup here, with our $240,000 banana hanging out on the wall, I'm gonna pay this gentleman to come up and fucking eat it because I think that would be hilarious.
That's the winning end game right there. Fuck yeah. We should almost just tape a banana to the wall for the next show, just to do it.
There was another little short story that I read about a guy in art school who there was this big project that they had to do. Then of course they had to display it for people to come in and check it out.
Yeah.
And basically, he painstakingly spent like this entire stretch of the project period. He didn't actually finish the whole thing. He sculpted this big ass fucking like dragon, right, for his art project thing,
yeah.
Right? And there was like the last half, like the lower half of the tail, I guess, was like the last part that was kind of not finished because he ran out of time. And placed right next to his big-ass dragon sculpture was just a poorly modeled clay figure of a man sucking his own dick.
Do go on.
And that poorly sculpted thing... It got more attention than the guy's fucking dragon did.
Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? It's not a piece of art, but it's more intrinsic. It has more
Which, again...
attraction to it. If you had, like, the piece de resistance of, like, name an art piece, like fucking, I don't know, the craziest art piece ever.
The Scream.
That one. But you had it next to that pot, I would, like a bug light, I would get drafted to that fucking clay pottery thing just based on my own. What the fuck? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but I mean...
pay for it, but at the same time, I would give that way more attention.
I
my feeble-minded brain.
I suppose that, I mean, art is subjective in a sense. But I don't know. I mean, personally, I'd be way more drawn to this big-ass, huge, like, just super detailed sculpture of this big-ass dragon than I would to, like, a guy with a lumpy dick sucking himself off.
It's my childlike brain and what I find humorous, right? It depends on who I'm with, though. Like
I will find that story, and I'll send it to you later so you can put it up on screen while we're talking about
Put
this.
it up on
This is not a joke. This is really a thing that happened. The moral of the story, according to the guy who made the dragon, was don't fucking go to art school.
All right, what else we have here?
What else do we have here? Blind man fails a citizenship test after being denied Braille. From
What?
BBC, this was 4 months ago. Oof.
Oh, look at him. Wolf is right there, sir.
I'm sure he's a nice gentleman. He's got some stanky eyes there. He's blind. I'm sure there's a reason for that. He's 23 years old. The guy looks like he's in his early 30s.
Definitely does, right? That's what blindness does to you. Ages you quite a bit.
Okay.
Look at his face. Like, he looks like he needs his citizenship.
He needs this
scholarship.
This is what
something.
he needs.
He's probably an amazing human being.
So, Lucio Delgado, 23, was born blind and uses a cane to get around. He moved to the U.S. from Mexico 6 years ago. Mr. Delgado said he was offered a large print sentence to read, which he could not, being totally blind.
Right.
Mr. Delgado, who is legally blind under Illinois state law, was told to get a doctor's note to prove his condition. Look at the man.
Just
You're going
bring
to tell
your
me you
face.
can't just notice?
Just bring your face to that. That's all you need, right? Fuck, man.
What?
How many people are faking being blind?
Well, no, you can tell that this man is blind.
No shit. How many fingers am I holding up, bud? Like,
he says, quote unquote, over here I was trying to get the education I could not get in Mexico, he told CBS News from his home on a farm in Pembroke Township, Illinois, about 70 miles south of Chicago. Was Chicago mentioned anywhere before? I don't see that anywhere. I don't know how that's relevant.
Yeah.
After taking the test in May, he recently received a letter from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services informing him that he had been rejected. Quote unquote, unfortunately, you were unable to read a sentence in the English language. Regrettably, you were unable to achieve a passing score. Regrettably, you were able to achieve a passing score on the reading portion of the naturalization test.
So what's coming next? Is Trump going to, like, banish all blind people from the United States?
Yeah, I guess.
Because you can't read the Constitution? That's un-American. That's un-American as fuck. You're out of here. You're fired.
Read the Second Amendment written on this piece of paper right now. I can't, sir. Go back.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Look at me in the eye and tell me you're American.
That's crazy.
That's horrible. Fuck.
How does that even, like, you... So, they're just making shit up as they go now.
I feel like
they're just denying everybody. The obvious reason why is very clear here. Unfortunately, the obvious reason is very clear.
No, for sure.
But I mean, even a kid could look at this man and say, "There's something up with his eyes."
Wrong with his eyes. Yeah, exactly.
You know, Jesus Christ.
Oh God. So much for the upbeat shit, hey?
No, we'll find one. Let's see. The
panda mating. Ooh.
Here's some uplifting news from 3 months ago on CNN Travel. A zoo has been trying to get 2 panda bears to mate for a decade. When the coronavirus shut the zoo down, they finally did it.
Oh, they're just shy. That's all.
No, exactly.
That's just it.
You know, bears don't like to shag in front of people. They like their privacy, especially panda bears. And look at them.
Look at them.
They just look sad all the time.
Look at that. That's love. Or like a half hickey happening right there.
Parenthood might be around the corner for Ying Ying and Li Li, two of the most creatively named panda bears I have ever experienced in my life, which are longtime residents of Ocean Park in Hong Kong. Never mind. Zoo officials announced Monday, after 10 years of attempting at natural mating and through trial and learning. So they never got educated on how to make baby bears.
No shit, right?
The two finally succeeded. The successful natural mating process today is extremely exciting for all of us.
Well, no shit. Put on Pornhub.
Ooh, as the chance of pregnancy via natural mating is higher than by artificial insemination. Michael Booz, Executive Director for Zoological Operations and Conservation at Ocean Park, said in a press release. Due to the coronavirus outbreak, the park has been closed to visitors since late January.
And they just started going hammer on each other.
Oof. Oh, yeah.
That's
they just
the way
went.
to do it, man.
Like for months at a time.
They're probably the only two animals in Corona were able to fuck. Because dating's hard right now.
Dating is hard right now.
Dating
and for these
is
two
hard right
bears
now,
to just find each other during this, oof.
They bared with it. They're good to go, no pun intended.
Something out of a fucking fairy tale, I tell you.
Right?
It even says right here, it's just it seems all these giant pandas needed was a little bit of privacy.
Oh, man. But what about the ones that aren't in captivity? They still aren't fucking.
That's because panda bears are what I like to call dumb as fuck.
We're trying to keep stupid things alive that don't want to be alive anymore.
I don't remember exact details, but apparently, like, panda bears are they just don't want to be on this planet anymore.
No, they don't. And we're like, not today, motherfucker. We keep reading them.
Nope, we're shutting the planet down until these two bears fuck. All right?
And it happened, so guess what?
And it happened. So
2020,
yeah,
we're all
science
doomed.
wins again. Look at that.
What else we got on here, Blasto?
Let's see. Let's see. Coronavirus. Police
We did that one
brutality.
last time to make them look
Trump.
orange.
Yeah, we did talk about the energy efficient light bulbs, making
Trump
a confused
look
orange make him look even more orange. Grammar is difficult today.
Very hard.
We did talk about 5 guys arrested at 5 Guys for a fist fight.
The industrial lubricant.
Let's see. Again, it's all way too.
It's all topical.
It's all topical, and it's hard to make light of all this fucking nonsense.
Oh, it definitely is.
That's been happening.
Like, the world's kind of just going to hell here, and
We're trying, but
we're just narrating it. It's beautiful.
man, you see that haircut right there? He's that particular.
That's the Karen.
That's the Karen.
That's the Karen.
That's the Karen.
You make sure you send that to me.
I will. I'll send you some other examples.
What do we else? We have the massive recession, says Trump, after 10 million lost their jobs in 2 weeks. It's not like we have a massive recession.
Oh man, he's in full. He's just pretending.
Does he run the country in opposite day format, like how kids used to do it? Yes means no, no means yes, up is down, left is right.
Yeah, coronavirus is not real. There is no need to worry. We need to stop testing, because if we stop testing, that means there will be fewer cases. That was the thing he said, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because there's no proof if we don't test.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
If we stop testing, fewer cases will show up, and then we'll be number 1 again.
Number 1 at the
And
top. Make less America great again.
Conversation just always leads back to this, because
It does, doesn't it?
it just seems to be. It's no one wants to talk about funny shit right now. Everyone just wants to talk about bullshit.
Yeah, makes them feel better, right?
You know.
Spread my ego on a piece of toast and let me eat it. Like, fuck, right?
We did also talk about Prince Andrew's 60th birthday being canceled.
Oh no,
By
that
the
poor
Queen?
fucker. By the Queen.
Of his affiliations, I suppose.
With the Epstein thing? The whole Epstein thing with fucking Prince Andrew's hilarious.
I have received some messages from my inside source here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news from my secret source that supposedly the Confused Orange has started using pictures of the riots to try and convince people not to vote for Biden, saying that this is what you can expect in Biden's America.
Just take a screenshot of what I'm already doing.
By using pictures of what's currently happening in his America.
My America. Fuck, it's crazy. It's the same shit that's happening.
It's
The patterns will keep going. We're not going to change. Nothing's going to change.
Nope.
That country is going to be a third world country in 20 years.
I think it's less than that, dude.
Less than 30 years?
I think
what
it's
do you
less than that.
expect there, Blasto? What do you think?
Couple weeks, maybe.
24 hours from now?
Yeah.
You know?
Mark my words.
Mark my clock.
Yeah.
Mark my calendar, man. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. At 5:36 on Tuesday.
Get ready for the apocalypse, baby.
Get ready for there to just be a big fucking hole where the States used to be.
Filled in with water. It's now a pool.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's now the world's it's gonna be Canada and Mexico's joint largest swimming pond.
Festered with COVID. Well, at that point, I think we should break this off. Articles are dry, man.
Articles are pretty fucking dry, dude.
fucking
I
dry.
mean, we did our best. There's a couple of funny ones here, but unfortunately, all anyone wants to talk about these days are Trump and COVID and riots.
COVID, Trump, orange sandwich. Well, with that, we're going to leave you guys with this shit. We'll be back
We'll be back at some point for sure.
some point with happier topics, hopefully,
We hope.
if the pool is not already created.
Guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see. All right. Bye, Blasto.